Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me today? Okay, I think y'all can hear me. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this music off. Okay, everyone. I decided today I would come live. Uh, I was thinking about the holidays and how, even though it's not like it's a major holiday, but it's not like one where we normally, like Thanksgiving or Christmas, something like where it's based around family gathering and getting together and everything. But it's still a holiday. And how when you're with narcissist or a toxic person, those can be some treacherous days for us. A lot of drama, chaos, um, a lot of negative things can happen on this day because we tend to be happier when there's a holiday. Um, Narcissists don't like for us to be happy. Any form of happiness, anything that makes us happy, they want to destroy it. Whether it's a birthday, giving birth, graduations, anything that'll make you happy, they will figure out how to ruin it. And I was just thinking about how for some people, I was talking to someone earlier today, and they were reminding me, hi Lakin, hi Maritza, hi Ginger, reminded me how holidays can be really bad for people who are experiencing toxic relationships because I wasn't even thinking of it from this angle, but it's true that um you have to kind of sort of put on a front because you're actually inwardly you're going through hell with this person, but you have to pretend like everything is okay, which is very um stressful, and it can just give you a lot of anxiety just trying to fit in to a happy occasion when it's really not that happy for the person who is going through that particular situation. Um, there are a whole lot of things that can happen around the holidays. But I was also still thinking about what I was talking about on Thursday in reference to people not believing a person when they say that they have been through or that they're going through a toxic relationship or they're being abused because, we're not in that household. We have no idea what's going on behind those closed doors. And once again, we have to remember that the toxic person will make themselves seem um, perfect, humble, just quiet. Everything you would like a person to be is who they pretend to be in public. But you go through these things behind closed doors. And a lot of people decide, hey, there's no need for me to say anything because I'm going to be blamed. Um, a lot of people, they will see the reactive abuse, you defending yourself, you coming out, you screaming, you yelling, you doing whatever you need to do in defense of all of the abuse you've endured for so many years, months, or whatever. And this person has already prepped the people for you to appear to be abusive. And so you fall right into that trap that they have set for you. Um, and I have no idea why it's on my heart so deeply to talk about this. I don't know whether it's somebody in my audience or um, maybe it's somebody that's directly around me. I don't know, but I just feel like uh, some people actually do not feel comfortable coming forward because they are going to be the ones who are blamed, victim blaming. Um, Once again, we know about that popular couple who separated a few months ago or so, and we have so many people that are trying to blame this young lady calling her abusive and what have you because of things that we've been seeing as far as video. And what I wanted to make a point of is that these people, when they have set a trap for you to fall into an abusive category, they will provoke you and then they'll pull out their camera and start recording you for proof. So, boom, there you have it. Okay, she is abusive. She's a liar. She's not telling the truth. And people will take it and just run and run and run with it because they cannot see the other side. These people are so crafty in the way they know how to hide, deceive, and deliver things to people so that their story will seem like it is the right story. Um, so, once again, on these holidays, it's really rough for us. Now, see, it's not rough for me anymore because I'm out of my toxic situation. But I remember there was a very important occasion. This is an example of your happy occasion being ruined and you don't see it while it's happening because you're so angry. The only reason why I honestly can see it is because I'm looking in hindsight. I can see now what was happening during the time I wasn't clear with what I was, what was happening. Um, Back in February of 2020 was the first time I met my nephew, um, which was exciting for me. I had talked about it for like a week or so. Hey, I'm gonna meet my nephew. I mean, we had tried so long to uh, be able to meet our loved one, and it was all set up. The time, the date, everything was there. I'm getting dressed. I'm still excited about going to meet him. And not only him, his wife, and my great nieces and nephews. So he says, I'm going to drive to the store real quick to get a cigarette. Okay. So cigarettes or Black and Mild or whatever it was. He goes around the corner. The 7-Eleven is right around the corner. You should be back in 5 minutes tops. I mean, it doesn't even take a minute to drive to 7-Eleven. Actually, he could have walked. But I went ahead and let him drive. It was cold outside and everything. Hi, Queen. How you doing? Thank you for joining. Hey, Diva. Thank y'all for joining or stopping by. Um, so as I'm sitting, um, waiting, I'm really not noticing the time because I'm still kind of still getting together, but I'm ready enough to if he pulls up, I can just leave. And I notice, wait a minute, 15 minutes passed by. I start calling, no answer. Next thing I look, 30 minutes passed by. And at this time, I'm getting frustrated because I'm trying to get to the place where we were meeting him before he arrives. All of us wanted to surprise him and just be there. An hour passed by. No text, no call, no nothing. Communication was just cut off. Um, Temperature just rising. I'm upset. I know my blood pressure probably went through the roof by this point. So upset. I'm supposed to be meeting my nephew. I'm looking down the street, walking to corners just to try to see if I can see my vehicle. Vehicle nowhere in sight. Hour and a half, 2 hours, still no vehicle, no nothing in sight. But I'm supposed to be meeting my nephew for the first time. All of a sudden, he shows up. By this time, I'm hot. My voice is to the top of my lungs. I mean, I'm probably sweating. I'm probably beat red because I'm mad. I'm short with my words. I'm cussing. Everything I can do out of anger, I'm doing it because you were supposed to go pick up cigarettes. You were supposed to be back so that I could go meet my nephew today. You were supposed to be back. Well, what happened? And I remember seeing his face when he got out of the car. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I just got caught up. Actually, somebody asked me, could I drive him down to the store, which is further down the street? And I told him, okay. Okay, well, even if you drove the person down the street to the store, you still should have been back before 2 hours. Well, I just waited with them to make sure the person, you waited with a grown person who is capable of taking care of themselves for them for that ride to show up. All excuses. So I'm angry, get in the car, go to where I'm going. And I remember his face. His face was so just plain, like I'm sorry, just fake. Everything was fake about it. But I was so mad I left. That is an example of how these people can find a way to ruin it for you. And what I think is that he wanted me just to get so angry that I said, I'm not going, forget it. Because remember, um, the goal of a narcissist or a toxic person is to maintain control. And I don't think he wanted me to be happy that day or meet my nephew, because he knew it would make me happy. And he did what he did to try to sabotage the whole event. Um, that's one example. Like I say, while it's happening, you're not realizing this person is really trying to ruin a occasion that you deem to be happy for you. They want to see you suffer. It gives them a thrill. Um, and that's what a lot of people are going through, even on the 4th of July. Just it is a federal holiday, but it's not one of those like personal homey holidays. They figure out how to ruin things for you. Um, Let me see if I see anybody anything in the chat. Everybody's speaking. I don't see that I missed everyone. Anybody? Yes, these are the things they do. They are so crafty with the way they do things. And honestly, until I got out of the relationship and I learned a whole lot about narcissism and toxicity, period, I didn't realize. I mean, I can even think of uh, my husband and I, we would split the times where we would have the children. And I can remember where me getting the children would be sabotaged. Something would happen, and I would be like, well, no, I'll get them tomorrow. Then, no, I'll get them the next day. And then the whole weekend is gone by, and I haven't seen them at all. But it was a plan. You don't realize these people plan things. They plot and they plan to ruin things for you because it makes them happy. And in essence, they are really demonic spirits wrapped up in human flesh. They do things and they just don't care what they do or how they do it, but they do things that'll make them happy, whether they ruin occasions for you or not. They don't care. But it was just on my mind today. And as far as the not accepting or turning away a person who is coming to you telling you that they're going through a situation like that, um, it's very easy for you to do that because this person is actually hiding from everyone in the world except the people that they're closest to, that they are doing a lot of demonic things. Um, a lot of times, we as victims, we cover it up because we don't want people to actually know what we're going through. I know I did. Therefore, when something would happen, if I said such and such was happening, or this and that, or so and so, the people will have a hard time believing it because I painted this perfect picture. Everything that they said looks negative. I've made an excuse for it. So therefore, it's not easy for them to believe that I may have had problems or I'm having problems as such because I've taken up for them so much. About to drop my link. I don't know if anybody wants to hit the link, come up and talk, but if you do, there's the link right there. Um, we're just gonna talk about a little variety of things today. Did anybody want to expound on the holidays, or if so, you can hit the link. Um, that reactive abuse thing is what I was talking about Thursday, and I apologize for that live again because I kept getting interrupted by phone calls. Um, the Once again, going to those recordings that I saw, I don't know why it hit me so hard to see that. Maybe because I went through the exact same thing and I can understand how it is when a person provokes you to the point where you react, whether you hit them back, you screaming, yelling, you're throwing things, um, tugging on them, anything, because you've been abused for so long emotionally, physically, um, or financially, or however you've been abused by this person. And usually, when they're about to discard you or move on to the next person, they already have decided to, talk about you badly to everyone you know, including your family, mothers, children, it doesn't matter. They just have to make you look like the bad person. And the purpose of them provoking you at that point, so you can react, is so, like I said, they can have that evidence to show to whoever they need to prove that you are the abusive person. They were not. Um, they don't want to look like the bad guy. They don't want to make it seem like they cut off the whole relationship uh, with you because of something they did. They want it to be your fault. So the way they can make it your fault is by making you seem like you're the abusive person when you know that you are not. And it's hard to prove you're not because we have been thinking with a mind that's not being deceitful or um, devilish or whatever word you want to call it. We've just been being honest and transparent, and this person has been plotting and planning. And so we don't think to record things normally. And we really don't have the proof that they have been abusing us, but they have it in their hands. And all goes back to when I say you just got to look at situations kind of, you got to go a little deeper into the situation. You can't just look surface level at it because it doesn't necessarily have to be, uh, you can't just take what you're hearing at face value when it's a toxic relationship happening. You have to kind of go deeper into it. You have to hear both sides. Um, because if you go off judgment on one person, it could be to that person who's being abused detriment. I mean, they could be with a person who could potentially take their life. You just don't know how abusive these people are and what things they'll do um, to maintain control or to keep themselves looking like they're a good person. Okay. So, did anybody have any questions or anything to say? I think I'm going to make this a quick one today. As I do, I'm still behind on my cooking. Um, but I just wanted to get that out there for people who are experiencing, these issues with holidays. And every time a holiday comes up, is some type of drama, something to make you so upset that you don't even want to do whatever you had planned. You find yourself curling up in a corner just trying to figure out what's happening. Um, they just ruin the whole day for you. It happens a lot, a lot. So I think today, I appreciate everybody for coming. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We'll get into another topic on another day. But I appreciate everybody for joining in. If you had any questions that you think of anything, any questions or whatever after this live, you're welcome to leave a comment or a question in the comments, and I'll try to answer. If you all have like a topic or something you want to discuss, you can always inbox me or you can leave it in a comment somewhere, and we can talk about it on another day. Somebody's blocked. Oh, that must have been a mistake. Okay. I think that was a mistake. Marissa, Miss Queen is good. Miss Queen is good. Sorry about that, Queen. I think that was a mistake. Did you have any questions? I'm getting ready to close out the live. Unless anybody had any questions, I have the link here if anybody wanted to come up. Okay. So we just gonna go ahead and close it out and we'll come back with something else on another day. Um, like I said, if you have any topics or questions about anything, um, leave it in the comments and we'll get to it. Other than that, you all have a good rest of your day, a good holiday. I don't know when I'll be back live again. I'm trying to be a little more consistent. Um, y'all take care and we'll talk the next time.